Jupiter, the millionaire planet, the biggest planet in the entire night sky, is now going direct. It has been 3 months of Jupiter being retrograde. And what does that mean? Of course, retrograde deals with things from the past, unresolved things, things that have not been completed. And when it comes to Jupiter, Jupiter is biggest wealth. It's called the millionaire planet because it's all about generosity. It's all about the power of giving and sharing your gifts with all of the land, right? So when I think of Jupiter, the image I often get is of a wealthy, older man who has spent years cultivating their gifts, talents, and abilities, and they're very wise, and they're also cultivated the power of giving. And so one example of Jupiter might be Andrew Carnegie, right, who was the head of US Steel. And he spent many years working to make money. And then towards, as he got older, he realized the power of giving. And that's when he created all of the library system. He created the library system for the United States. And to this day, people can go to the library and check out books for free. He made knowledge and information accessible and a lot of times free for the many. And so Jupiter isn't just about wealth and abundance, which of course it is. It's also about the power of giving. And here's a book by Andrew Carnegie. I've always, from the library, and I've always felt very connected to him because I've spent years at the library learning, studying, growing, and I'm always touched by the power of free knowledge and how beautiful that is. And so Jupiter going direct really opens the door to opportunities, people, places, and events where money, wealth, abundance, or simply friendship or connection that might end up leading to opportunities down the line are going to be increased, amplified, and evolved, where the magic is going to start happening. And so if you have been struggling with your abundance and your wealth for the last 3 months, you're not the only one. It's been worldwide. When Jupiter goes retrograde, which he did December 5th, we go more inward. We're not as inclined to go out and meet people, talk to people, get the ball rolling. We're not manifesting as many opportunities because the universe is asking us to go more inside, to tune in more to what we did in the past with our resources, what we did in the past with our prosperity mindset, what opportunities we had in the past, what mentors and teachers we had in the past, because another arena that Jupiter represents are great teachers, great mentors. And I find this very interesting because one of my greatest mentors, it's actually his birthday today. And if you know, you know. And so happy birthday out there to KT, a magnificent teacher and really the epitome of another amazing Jupiter energy, right? Big energy. He helps a lot of people. He's all about the wealth mindset and he gives so much, right? And he teaches about the power of giving. And so a really great example and so interesting that the day that Jupiter goes direct is the birthday of this mentor who also teaches about Andrew Carnegie. So what are the chances? So if that weren't awesome enough, Jupiter is also lining up with a star called Rigel, a fixed star that's like 10 times as luminous of the sun. If you want to find it and see it up in the night sky, all you have to do is go and look for the constellation of Orion's belt, and you will find Rigel up there. So why don't we go ahead and tune into where Rigel is in the sky? We're going to go to one of my favorite free websites to follow the planets, to follow the stars, to see where they're actually located. And in case you're new and you haven't come across my work before, my name is Lotus Dawn. This is Blossom with Lotus, where we tune into the true star map, the one up there in the sky. And this system of astrology that I use actually aligns with the actual location of the stars. And I think you might be going, well, doesn't all astrology do that? Well, actually, no. Mainstream astrology is actually based on where the stars were 2000 years ago and is no longer current to the actual sky at all. And so that's why I'm so passionate with coming to you live with this information about what the planets are doing, about what the stars are doing, because it's so powerful to know what's actually happening up in the sky and how it might be affecting us down here on the ground, just in the same way that the moon, right? The moon and all of its cycles can affect us so powerfully, so too can the other planets. And if you look at the size per se of Jupiter, and then you look at the moon, it's so much bigger. And if the moon's affecting us, wouldn't it make sense that Jupiter is also affecting us and how powerful it is to have this information? So something else is happening. This is a really exciting night, you guys. I don't know if you can feel the shift in the frequency of our planet, but in my other video, I spoke to the fact that Mars has been retrograde as well, and it won't go direct until February 24th. So we've had Mars and Jupiter, two of the most powerful planets for action and movement forwards, retrograde. Today, the spell is lifting, the curse is clearing, and we are getting closer to forward momentum when the energy of the planets is going to align to start to move forwards as opposed to pull us back. Now, I truly know that we're at cause, right? And we're stronger who we are, our thoughts, our intentions are stronger than the planetary influences at the core of it all. However, it's very interesting and oftentimes very helpful to know where the planets are and what sign they're located to know more about how they might be currently affecting us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share screen. I want to show you what's going on with Jupiter tonight, because Jupiter is not only direct now, but Jupiter is lining up with the moon, which represents the energy of mood and emotion, and Rigel, the billionaire star. So let's take a look. Let's see what's happening up in the sky. I think it's so amazing that we have the ability whenever we want to go look at a star map. I mean, our ancestors didn't have this. They would have to go outside with a telescope. But if it's raining, if it's cloudy, we can pull this up any time of day and look at the amazing information. And so here we are, we're in the constellation of Taurus. And so if you follow mainstream astrology, you might think the moon is in Gemini, but actually the moon is still in the constellation of Taurus. Taurus is like 35 days long. It's a huge constellation. And so the moon or the sun or the other planets stay in Taurus much longer. So tonight we have this amazing lineup. We have the moon half full, you guys. So the moon is not even, it's growing. So what does that mean? When the moon is growing towards a full moon, it means that we're building, we're increasing, we're encouraging growth in our lives. We're building up to something. We're experiencing something. Growth-oriented energy. And tonight, the moon is conjunct Jupiter, the millionaire planet. Not only that, so we have moon and Jupiter in Taurus, but we're right near Rigel. Okay, and so here is Orion's belt. I was speaking to that earlier. And here's Rigel, right on the bottom of his foot, fixed star Rigel, known as the billionaire star. You guys, I don't think you realize how important and powerful this is. I didn't know this for years, but Rigel has been found. I actually follow an amazing Vedic astrologer, Joni Patri, and I studied her work, and she's actually done research and found that there is a significator for how and why people become billionaires. And she said it relates to the star Rigel. And she says that this star is actually found in the charts of billionaires, such as Andrew Carnegie, such as John Paul Getty, such as Oprah. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit tonight. And I wanted to dive into the gold at the end of the rainbow energy tonight. So let's tune into what is Jupiter energy, Jupiter in Taurus with Rigel in Taurus, the billionaire star. So the Jupiter millionaire planet with Rigel, the billionaire star. What is this all about? How can we utilize this to attract more wealth and abundance in our life? And what else can be possible? So I'm going to share screen so we can dive into that. And I'm really excited, you guys, because 2025 is set to be a really powerful year for wealth manifestation. It's an interesting year because it's also the year of 9, which is the end of the numerological cycle. So there's a lot of completion, a lot of finishing up of old cycles. It's also the year of the snake, which is about shedding our skin and letting go. And so there is, in a sense, a bit of adversity as we are releasing and letting go so many layers of our beingness to step forwards into who we really are. And I think that as we do that, as we release and let go, and the fact that Jupiter and the billionaire star are in this very deep activation this year, and now Jupiter's going direct, you guys, the opportunities, the expansion, the wealth and abundance that are going to be possible. Oh my God. I've never seen this before. I don't know when we'll see it again. So stick with me. Let's tune into what this might mean for all of us. Welcome to the billionaire star activated, Jupiter going direct, aligning to Rigel, the billionaire star. Rigel's amazing. I sometimes say if you want to increase your wealth or abundance, print a picture of Rigel out, put it in your house somewhere because it just exudes the frequency of pure wealth and abundance. Okay. And perhaps it will help to increase and amplify your ability to draw in the wealth or abundance. Now, if you're having challenges with drawing in the green stuff, or you're struggling with your abundance, my partner and I, Michael Grady, are leading a monthly membership where we do 3 events, 1 astrological event and 2 straight energy clearing events to clear blockages to wealth and abundance. And so nowhere in any other time would I say it's more valuable to clear your blocks to wealth and abundance, because the opportunities for increasing and amplifying that reception, I've never seen them this big before. So I'm really excited to share with you what to look forwards to. I have a bit of a calendar in terms of dates, and today is one of the dates on my calendar to start to be ready for the floodgates to begin to open. I'm open to receiving floods of financial abundance, which allows me to give back more. And that's one of the energies of Jupiter. It's this energy of giving. It's this energy of being the generous fountain of wealth, to be that abundantly giving source. And so amazing that Jupiter, the millionaire planet, is aligning with Rigel, the billionaire star. And I want to dive more into this. I want to give you this calendar, right? Jupiter stations direct on February 4th. So we're 2 days after that. Okay. Then there's something I have to tell you about. So I know you're excited. Jupiter's gone direct. It's with Rigel. It's very exciting. But there is something that I need to remind you of. And a lot of times it's so easy to just get really excited when a planet goes direct. But there is something to be aware of. So once a planet goes direct, there's something called a shadow period. Right. And I explained in the last video that when a planet goes direct, or retrograde, what we're witnessing, imagine for a minute all the planets lined up running a race. And so retrograde would mean, like Jupiter, for instance, the Earth and Jupiter are running next to each other. All of a sudden, Jupiter's orbit slows down and the Earth turns to look back And as the Earth turns to look back, it appears that Jupiter's moving backwards, but it's simply an illusion or an active perspective. And so going forwards here, what's happening when a planet goes direct is that all of a sudden, that planet that was appearing to move backwards because its orbit slowed down in comparison to the Earth suddenly speeds back up again. And the Earth goes, oh, hey, there you are. I was wondering if you were going to finish the race, right? And so imagine you're running that race, or you're the Earth looking back. Oh, our friend is back, right? Jupiter's back in the game. It's kind of like Jupiter took a little vacation, took a little vacay time, went to go visit the family, went to an island retreat center, was doing a bunch of exercise at the gym, beefing up, getting ready, getting prepared. And now Jupiter is back in the race, you guys. This is so exciting because Jupiter represents wealth, abundance, represents opportunities, represents the power to be big enough, just like Jupiter is, to give more. And so I would say that by March 1st, which interestingly enough is my mom's 80th birthday. Go, Mom. Amazing. She's still running strong. Jupiter's going to really show itself off. It's going to be like, I am here. I am ready to shine. Here are some opportunities. Here's some money in the bank. You might even start seeing money show up that you didn't expect, right? You might see opportunities coming in that you weren't planning for. You might start to feel like, what just happened? It's almost like your luck is now changing. Jupiter can be luck and fortune. And so it's finally moving forwards. And then the final really important date to put on your calendar is the day that Jupiter conjuncts the billionaire star of Rigel exactly on April 5th. Super, super duper exciting. Put it on your calendar, make a goal, work really hard towards your goals, go for it, because if you do the work and if you clear your blocks by April 5th, some kind of magical windfall opportunity may very well show up in your life. It's going to be unprecedented. And I'll show you why. Okay. And, of course, JP Morgan always said that millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. So if you have not had a one-on-one chart reading with me, or if you have not learned or started to learn more about astrology, think about studying it this year. Think about adding that into your repertoire. Think about working with me further. It's amazing stuff. I love using it. My friends love using it. They say it's so helpful to get a clear read on what's happening in their lives, what's being activated in their lives, and how to go forward. It gives so much clarity and so much amazing information. So I know why you're here. You're here because you're ready to make some money, to feel free, to feel liberated. And my friends, Jupiter going direct is going to be such a powerful thing. It's finally happening. I have been looking forwards to this for months and months. Jupiter finally going direct, because it's been with Rigel the whole time. They've been right next to each other for months. And so it's been really interesting because it's kind of felt to me like the wealth has been like waiting there. Like I could just feel it. It's like I feel all these opportunities. I feel these beautiful things developing and energies growing, but I can't touch it. I can't taste it. I can't activate it. Like, where is it? And now with Jupiter going direct, guess what? This is going to be the time. And so who is Jupiter? If you go back into Greek mythology, Jupiter was also known as Zeus. And Zeus was the king of the gods. He was in charge. He sat on the throne. Of course, one of his totems was the eagle. He ruled the land. He was the head authority of all the other gods. He was the big daddy, so to speak. Okay. And so Jupiter going direct means it gives us an opportunity to claim our own inner big daddy energy, which is the boss energy, which is being in charge, which is ruling, and ideally ruling from a place of fairness, a place of justice, a place of caring about the well-being of those around us. And luckily, over time, Jupiter has also come to represent generosity and giving. And so, what are the attributes of a great ruler? How much we're able to care for and benefit and support the people we look after. How generous are we, right? Usually, the most successful people, the greatest leaders, are some of the most generous people on the face of the planet. And yes, of course, there are some that defy that stereotype for sure. But Jupiter's real key energy, its focus, is all about generosity and all about giving, the power of giving, the power of sharing, right? It's like not just to be a leader to lead, but to be a leader and to be successful and to make lots of money so that you can give back, so that you can benefit others, so that you can be a custodian of wealth that's here to uplift and empower the world. And that's what the Jupiter energy represents, is having that big vision for the well-being and the upliftment of others. So you do the work, you strive for excellence, you achieve your goals. But what's the driving force? One of the big driving forces is to really assist and help and lift others up. And that's such a beautiful energy and frequency. And I'm so excited. I finally get to share that Jupiter, this planet, is moving forwards, and it should be assisting and helping us, whatever goals we may have financially that we're working on. This is amazing. Now, what sign is Jupiter in? This is another huge component of why I'm so excited about Jupiter going direct. Jupiter is actually in the sign of the billionaire, Taurus. Taurus is the quintessential astrological sign associated with material wealth and abundance, not just little bits of wealth, huge bits of wealth. Taurus is the nice watch. It's the enjoyment of the fruits of our labor. It's the master gardener, the energy of the person who's willing to put in the time, energy, and effort to build the crops, to build the garden, to water the crops, to feed the crops, to nourish the crops, to build the wealth, to build the potential for greatness, to build prosperity, wealth, and abundance. And so Taurus is the energy of the earth. It's the energy of the enjoyment of our life on earth, to enjoy all of our senses, to enjoy the feeling of a wonderful massage, to smell a delicious perfume, to smell a rose, to take the time to enjoy our meals, to enjoy a decadent piece of chocolate cake or a delicious steak, or go to a fancy restaurant, buy nice clothing, right? Really enjoy all of the senses of the physical body, the taste, touch, smell, touch, to really dive into enjoying this life. You know, in Italy, I think they do it very well. The dolce vita, the sweet life. You know, they know how to make this a delicious food. They know how to enjoy life, to slow it down, to luxuriate in the beauty, the aesthetic of beauty, the goodness of beauty. Taurus is that energy, right? And it's also about being grounded, centered, strong. And so we have the millionaire planet Jupiter in this energy, as well as Rigel, the billionaire star. And so this energy is all about expansion. If Taurus is the energy of the earth and all of the great things of the earth, then Jupiter and Taurus is about the expansion of our enjoyment of the natural world, the enjoyment of all of our senses, that eating of that delicious chocolate cake, smelling the beautiful flowers, abundance, wealth, prosperity. That's what Jupiter and Taurus is all about. And not only that, but it's with Rigel, the billionaire star, which is 24 times as massive as the sun, and it is 363,000 times as luminous. Okay, so this is a huge star, and it really is activating Jupiter. And let's see here. What the astrologers have found is that people who had Rigel with another planet in their chart, such as Andrew Carnegie, he had his Venus, which is the billionaire planet. So Jupiter's the millionaire planet and Venus is the billionaire planet. He had the billionaire planet opposite Rigel in his chart. Then we have Oprah Winfrey, who has her Jupiter conjunct Rigel by 1 degree, and she is another billionaire. She's valued at something like 2.8 billion. And so someone actually did the research and found that billionaires tend to have Rigel in their astrological chart conjunct another planet. And so Michael and I are actually leading a call tomorrow night to go into and see where the Rigel Jupiter activation is in all of our clients. And so if you're interested, you'd like to join us for this call, you can send me a message. It's a very powerful group that we're going to be in. We also have Ted Turner. He had Rigel conjunct a main planet, valued his net worth somewhere around 2.2 billion. John Paul Getty, net worth 2 billion. He had Rigel conjunct another planet in his chart. Gloria Vanderbilt, she also had a super powerful placement of Rigel with Jupiter. Now, if you have a planet in your chart with Rigel, does that mean that you're going to be a billionaire? Well, it can. But here's the thing. Do you have ancestral? Do you have past life? Do you have energy blocks in the way of your greatest wealth potential? And so many times as an energy healer and practitioner, I find that people may have an amazing astrology activation in their chart, but they may have some deep energy block to actualizing it in the real world. So come join my partner and I. We help people clear these blocks so that they can actualize and engage their potential. And that's what it's all about. You know, I love doing readings, but I get even more excited when we're able to assist and help you to clear the blocks in the way of your true potential. So I use the chart as a map, as a tool, as a guide to what might be blocking you and your forward growth and your momentum. And my partner and I have ridiculous results helping people break through these limitations. And so if you're interested in learning more, you can message me. I'm always happy to set up information calls if you want to learn more. So welcome the abundance. And what does abundance mean? I thought I would illuminate this word. A great or plentiful amount, an abundance of rain, the condition of being in rich supply, bananas growing in abundance, degree of plentifulness. And so what's a way that all of us, no matter our financial situation, no matter where we're at right now, can begin to amplify and activate Jupiter being direct? We can focus on what we have in abundance in our lives already, and we can practice gratitude for what we have. For instance, I feel immense gratitude for the abundance of information that I get to share with you guys. I feel gratitude for this opportunity to be here, and I get to share information with you whenever I want to across the world. I feel so much gratitude for that. I feel so much gratitude for the ability to work with my partner, to do energy clearing work, to assist you all in feeling better and breaking through your obstacles and your walls so that you can achieve what you want. I feel gratitude for the stars themselves and the fact that they tell us a story. And there's such an abundance of information for us to learn from every single day. I feel gratitude for always having my needs met, always having a delicious meal for dinner and snacks and getting to luxuriate in nature. I feel so grateful for the abundance I already have in my life. And so one of the biggest ways that we can amplify, that we can activate, and that we can plug into Jupiter being direct with Rigel the Billionaire star is to really work on practicing our gratitude and abundance muscle. What are we grateful for in our lives that we already have such an abundance of? Because the universe is really interesting and it tends to amplify and increase whatever it is that we focus on. And so the more that we focus on abundance, the more that we focus on plenty, the more that we focus on expansion and gratitude for what we have, the more we are literally activating and calling in more of that frequency. And it's just so, so powerful. So, what else we got here? Jupiter is also the great teacher, the great guru, the great spiritual guide. And so it's a really powerful time to cultivate our spiritual connection. Our mentor, KT, always talks about money and that the root of money, that money actually comes from God. It actually comes from source. And so if you're struggling with money and wealth and manifestation, one great way to tune into is to start a meditation practice and to start focusing on gratitude and to start tuning into the infinite supply of creation. And here's a picture of the Golden Temple, which is an incredibly powerful and beautiful place in India. My mom went there with my sister when my sister was about 1 year old. She's about 12 years older than me, so it was quite a while back. But she said they wash the marble floors every day with milk and honey, right? They wash the floors with milk and they bathe in the waters. And it's considered to be one of the most spiritually auspicious places in the world where they chant the Adigraha every day, like consistently, all constantly, focusing on the name of God, right? And so if we want to increase our income, we want to increase our wealth, focus on gratitude, focus on abundance, focus on what we already have. Be grateful and tune into the spiritual source of wealth, the spiritual source of abundance, because as Taurus goes direct, you're going to have so much more support from teachers, from guides, from mentors, from the Heavenly Father, right? If Jupiter was the king of the gods in some ways, that's similar to the source consciousness, being present and available, the Heavenly Father to hear us and to assist us and to support us as we move forward. So beautiful. Jupiter in Taurus, grounded abundance, building security and wealth. It's a time for slow, steady progress, setting the seeds, building the foundation, building your gardens, to build the masterpiece, to build the cathedral, the lasting structure of your wealth. I'm going to leave you here with a chant, a Navajo chant. You know, sometimes when we're working on manifesting abundance and wealth and prosperity, we can forget the abundance of the earth and the abundance of nature. And sometimes if we need to feel more abundant, we can just go outside and just look at the trees and the plants and the birds and the bees and notice how there's so much abundance there, so much plenty. And what we see without, we focus on, we can grow within. And as we grow it within, we can also begin to see more of it outside in the world. So I want to read this chant to you. The mountains, I become a part of it. The herbs, the fir tree, I become a part of it. The morning mists, the clouds, the gathering waters, I become a part of it. The wilderness, the dewdrops, the pollen, I become a part of it. So I want to invite you all to remember our interconnection, our oneness, and the spirit of wealth and abundance, and to know this beautiful energy lives and breathes within us as us. And I set the prayer and the intention that may all of you out there benefit and receive all of the abundance and wealth and joy that is possible for you in 2025. May you look beyond the illusion, and may all the gifts of the universe that are to your highest and best benefit come shining, flowing, shimmering through to bless you, to uplift you, and to fill you with the pure source, love, and light that is your true essence. It is your true being. It is your true nature. And may great wealth and abundance fill up your bank account as you align to the true source energy prosperity consciousness, which is your true beingness. So grateful for each and every one of you. If you would like to join us tomorrow night for the astrological energy clearing update about this aspect, it's a private call. You can send me a direct message or leave a comment. And I just feel the energy of all of us being focused on this intention and how powerful it is as we all collectively collaborate on drawing in and creating that which we wish. What else is possible? How does it get even better? And I think, as our great teacher would say, your wish is your command. Biggest love, my friends. And I hope you have an amazing next couple of months and the wealth and abundance come raining in miracles and joy and goodness. Good night. Much love and aloha.